The 7 Pillars Journey of Wisdom was the result of a dream that Pir Zia, a Sufi teacher, had. He's the grandson of the great Hazrat Inayat Khan, and he's the head of the Sufi Order International. And he was troubled because it said in the Bible that Sophia, wisdom, built her temple of 7 pillars. And then she invited people to come and sit at the table. She prepared a feast. And he asked himself, what were those 7 pillars? And one night, he had a dream. And when he woke up, he knew what those pillars were. And these are the pillars. Pillar 1. We are all fellow travelers, all pilgrims together, emerging from mystery and returning to it. What if, when we gather in the light of this awareness that we are wayfarers sharing stories of our journey, knowing that our destination lies in mystery. The meaning is being written before our eyes. The meaning of life isn't preordained, but it is written by life itself. We participate. We have been given that privilege, but it is not only a privilege, it is an amazing responsibility. Everything that we do, our thoughts, our speech, our actions, the syllables and words that form this very message becomes our chapter in the universal book, the book of life. What will we have to give back to the one who has given all life, the one who has given the whole universe? What will you give back?
We arise from the matrix of Earth history, which belongs to an unfolding vast universe of numerous galaxies. We have flourished so wondrously. We have prevailed so successfully, yet we are tottering on the verge of planetary collapse. Before the web of life becomes frayed, we need to reconfirm our connection with the whole and internalize the sacred way which reveals all is animate, all is alive, all is endowed with soul, and all is expressive of the one energy that is the only existing reality. Out of this realization comes a sense of deep commitment to the enormous, unimaginable, vast enfoldment of reality and matter. When we plant ourselves in the loam of the earth, we'll rise at this level of loyalty, alone in commitment to the web of existence, the ground on which one stands, the air one breathes.
Pillar 3. When one lifts one head to the sky and sees the stars shining, each star a life, a being like oneself, who has suffered and struggled and loved. One by one, blazing stars come forth, reveal themselves. A human who has made a discovery, found a pathway into the throbbing heart of being itself, touched and tasted it, entered it, merged with it, and returned to tell the tale. a telling so powerful that it resounds down the ages and becomes sacred tradition, scripture, a prophetic example that redirects history and uplifts all peoples. This great concourse of blazing pioneers is our collective sacred heritage. All religions, one faith, one revelation. We have discovered that all is not merely as it seems. There are reasons behind reasons. There is an inner purpose, a vast field of meaning and fulfillment, the field of the absolute.
Pillar 4. Now relax into vesture space, into silence. Commune with the absolute. With every deepened place, we expand into the oneness as we let go. Our experience will be profoundly purified. Likewise, at night, at the end of a long day, when we lay down our head and go to sleep, to unburden ourselves of ourself, to give ourselves over to the stillness in the depths, that is what renews us and keep us alive. Doing this most freeing act and meditation and sacred ecstasy, we ultimately dissolved into a deep relaxation of stillness, which has no beginning and which never ends. Behind the roles, behind the ideas, behind the self-conception, we can discover pure life. In this life, I am, you are, all is without difference.
Pillar 5. When we touch the absolute with a heart that has become expansive, pervasive, tuning into the whole surrounding boundless landscape, the stillness is shattered. And with that shattering comes consciousness of a great struggle, the rifts, the fissures, and the outcry of the lost, the bereft, bereaved. Be with that cry, listen to it, and bear witness. We must do all we can to help those in need, to support them, to alter our habits, to limit the suffering that we cause. Yet, not one of us is capable of healing all of the brokenness that exists. It is part of life. And sometimes the need is not for saving, not salvation, but to be seen, witnessed, held, offered up to the absolute. When we bear witness, the experience of suffering changes. It becomes pain. Witness it. Experience it. Allow it. But let it pass through. It need not be held onto as your own, for it is not your pain. This condition of life that we experience belongs to all of us, and none of us. The pain of the world belongs ultimately to the divine life that has shattered itself and invested itself into the life paths of all beings.
Pillar 6. The cry elicits a response. If, rather than merely acting out the conditional history of the past and reacting to it, we were to consciously, creatively, willingly fashion the future that we desire. What might that future hold? If we were to seize destiny, to answer the cry with hope and vision, what may be? What might we dream together? What would it require to dream a new dream, to envision the New Jerusalem? Dream well with sacred vision, then bring your dream down through the planes of existence. As the artist assesses inner meaning in truths and carries it into form, molding the very substance of the earth in keeping with this impulse from above. So may all who hear the call come together and dream a new future and begin to find the way to manifest its design on the canvas of our waiting world.
Pillar 7. But it is not enough to dream. It is not enough to wish for it.
We have all wonderful dreams, but how do we criticize those ideas into life so that heaven comes right down to the earth?
When one has the perspective, the vision of a new world, then the challenge is to embody it in one's thoughts, in one's speech, in one's actions.
Make a pledge and thereafter make it real.
The full materialization of our pledge is perhaps beyond our power to control. What is important is action itself.
Action as sacrifice, as duty, in service, peaceful, resolute.
This is what our life is. Tuning into a promise, a divinely revealed impulse, a yes.
We must ask ourselves, what pledge must I make to fulfill my life's purpose? And by doing so, remember my reason for being here.
We must ask, what actions can I take with integrity and beauty and benefit to all?
Now bring it alive through your thoughts, words, and deeds. Attain that level of clarity, persistence, and unwavering purposefulness so that you are able to enact what your heart knows to be true. And let us all say, the new world.
Well,